How you doing, guys? Um, Thanks for joining me today. Um, Hope your day's going well. Mine's not going too shabby. Um, Brought you in today. We're about to get ready to cut these. Okay, let me bring this up so I can kind of explain my thought processes here. Um, I'm going to cut these two fields. So basically, from here over and up, I'm going to cut these fields. I'm going to windrow them, turn it into hay, and then see how much we collect off these two fields. Because my thought process is I downloaded a greenhouse and nursery mod, and as you can see, this one right here, this allotment garden, does grapes. Now, um, this little place right here, juice, juice, juice production. Yeah, juice production. There we go. It does grape juice. Also does raisins. Um, if you look into here, grapes sell pretty good, I guess. Like, you know, they do all right. But apple juice, I mean, like apples. Where's apples? Apples do all right as well. Apple juice, on the other hand, does really well. Um, where's it? Grape juice does really well. So, my thought process on this, and I don't know, what does raisins do? Raisins don't do too bad either. So, my thought process on this is if we can get enough of this area here to keep up TMR production for our two cattle barns or cow Dairy Queen sheds, we can turn this stretch into apple orchards and grape. So why would we not do that? I mean, it just makes sense. It Financially speaking, it makes financial sense to turn this strip if it's not producing. I mean, if these two produce enough, then this strip can help to produce the monetary bonus because literally all it's doing right now is just a field. It's doing nothing. Um, but besides giving us some hay. But if we can turn this into a money maker to support the income for the homestead, why would we not do that? You know what I mean? So basically, got big old girl here set up to run these fields. I'll probably clean this up. I forgot. Um, I'll clean this up later, but I'm gonna cut it right now. I'm gonna cut the road and everything toward that direction, and then I'm gonna gather it up, turn it in hay, bale it, and we'll see how much we get out of that. If I can get 2 cuts a year, that will equate to what we need for those Dairy Queens over there, then this is going to be transformed. This strip over here is going to be transformed into uh, grape and apple production. Probably wind up because of I don't know if you can see it, but as you can see, if I pull out a little bit, you can see that the height changes all the way across. And if you look at it this way, you can see how it slopes quite a bit downhill. So that's going to be challenging to get this to landscape up to where I need it. We did sell everything. We actually sold off a few things. Got to thinking about it, and we didn't need the harvester anymore. Um, we probably don't even need the roller anymore because we're just doing meadow. So we probably sell it. I mean, I'm not making really a lot of money off of it, but we could sell those and get more concentrated on things like this. I did switch one of my productions to sugar. I think it was sugar. I switched the small one. I think it was this one. Yeah, I switched it to doing sugar beets because I need some sugar and milk to make, what is it? Chocolate. Because this is a bonus. It's a bonus if you can do it to make chocolate. So it needs one milk and one sugar. So that's what we're doing. We're switching that over. And we also need, I think it said something about flowers. I don't know if this one does flowers. There's supposed to be one that does flowers, I think. You have to, in the challenge, there's something about doing flowers. And I guess maybe it's this one. That's sunflowers. I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up. Oh, there's some melons. Pumpkins, melons, nice. Oh yeah, I downloaded that too. Let's see. What? I need something that makes. Let me guess. Only the greenhouse, the big one, will make flowers. Let's look. No, it doesn't make flowers either. Does any of these make flowers? Or maybe I was looking at the other one wrong, and no, not that one. Where is it? Is that flowers, or is that sunflowers? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of weird. I don't know. I guess I'll have to put it down because I'm gonna put one down anyway for grapes. So we'll see. Anyway, enough talking. It's time to get to work. It's 8:30 in the morning already, and we're running behind because we need to get this done. So I'll bring you back here shortly when we get ourselves sorted out. Okay, guys. Well, finally got it done. Got interrupted a couple of times having to do some stuff. In real life stuff. We've got 180,000 liters of hay. Now, what is it? That's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 stacks of 6. Well, yeah, 5 stacks. 6 bales per stack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So it's 30 bales. It's 6,000 per bale. So 180,000. And we're about to go shove it down into that one right there. If I can fit this big beast down in here. This warehouse down here will hold 400. Unlike the warehouse we have sitting up at the top, which will only hold 250, I think. Yeah, 250. Anyway, let's see if I can get in here and see a little bit better. We'll try to get this backed in properly. Look at that. We might actually do this the first time around. Holy dooly. Would you look at that? Yeah. There we go. and that's in. So that has been solved. 180,000 off that. That gives us 360,000 a year. 360,000 liters a year. So that should be more than enough to keep these Dairy Queens going. As such, I've decided that we are going to actually turn that entire strip into some type of, oh, what do you call it? I guess it really wouldn't be a market farm. It'd be more like, I don't know, an apple and grape farm, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, it should produce. Oh, am I hitting back here? Well, actually, I'm pushing it. Okay, let's drop that. Drop tailgate. Lift that back up. Okay. So yeah, we've got our first little thing of apple juice. It's a whole 1,000 liters. Look at that! Wow. We still got 12,000 liters of apple juice in here. Let's see. It's running at 100%, so yeah, there you go. I may have to put a couple of more of these through here somewhere. Let them all get running at one point. But I mean, honestly, let's look at this. Seriously, this is how we're doing it. See, it's gonna be slow. So next thing on the agenda is we're gonna run up and look at what we might be able to do. Oh, we got apples, okay. I mean, I guess I could cut this, but you know what? I'm just not really in the mood for it. I've got to, yeah, I've got to try to figure out a way to do this. And I don't know whether to, like go two and then a couple of the grape producing, or go ahead and do a couple more of the apple here. And then as we get up here, where it's a little bit flatter, if you could call it flatter. Ain't none of this piece of property flat. Put a couple more of the apples there, and then put the two here, two more here, and then sort of like put the trees in the. I don't know. Hang on. Would I have enough room? I wonder. Would I have enough room to? Yeah, I know, guys. I'm a little crazy sometimes. See, like this one, you can only put one down. See what I'm saying? Just put one. I'm kind of tempted to see if we can't put. So I mean, that's where you dump stuff in. That's where you pick stuff up. And because you only have one, you don't actually. Well, you do. Okay, so hang on. So that's where. Oh, good heavens! You still got the three icons there. But what I'm saying is we could possibly continue this one through here, and then put the four down here, like back to back. And then on the inside of that, we could then turn around and put, where are they? Where are you hiding? Okay, not that one. That one. We could put this one on the inside of that to be hidden, because all the triggers. Let's see. Let me get back here to where I can see it. all the triggers. There's 2 triggers out the front. Not really sure what they're for. One's a dump, one's a pickup, one's a... Yeah, so maybe we could actually put these on the inside of the trees. Because, I mean, if we do it like this, it's gonna, yeah, it's not gonna quite work. But if we do it like this, and put it right beside our little road of sorts, we could fit... We're gonna have to think about this, but we could fit 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 of them? 4 or 5 in there of these. And then we'd put an extra one of these juice things, maybe somewhere in between, and then put 2 more of those down here with a juice thing here, and then we'd have a row of apple trees going down through here to meet up down here. I think that would work, but I don't know that you guys would want to sit here and watch me do that, because I'm pretty sure this is going to take a little time. Because I'm going to have to either flatten this out up here and make that a hill, or I'm going to have to come down here and flatten this all the way across to down here. And we're going to have to step it either way it goes, because you can see how it slopes down this way and it slopes down that way. Whereas this kind of levels out up here a little bit. It's still sloped this way, mind you. And then over here, it slopes this way and this way. So that's going to take a little bit of time. Ain't no doubt about that. And then it's a matter of trying to, because we've got this, we flatten this to even it out here with this. We flatten that to even it out with there. And then it sort of went up from there. See if I can find this. Yes. And then we'll go get that a little bit bigger. Put the grass in. I'll have to go up and I'll have to clean this up when I'm done. But you can see, like right here, where I was tinkering. It makes it a little difficult. I'm not gonna lie. I'm going to clean up my road. So yeah, we'll have to remake. We're just gonna have to remake our road. Yeah, I don't. It's gonna be a little painful to put this in, but if we can kill that right there. All right, that doesn't look too bad. There's a little bit right there. All right, so if I decided to level, there we go. But I need to level it up here. Like I'd have to start up here and come across like this and level. So it'd have to start off from sort of here, and then that's a lot. That is a lot. Oof. Yeah, that's wow. Okay. But see, this height is not going to be the same as this height up here. So I don't know, guys. This is going to be Let's see, if we start here, how much, what's it going to do? Well, that's not too bad, I guess. And if we start, well, we'd have to start back here. Do this. And then we got to bring all this up. I mean, that does fit within the parameters of that, but of course that means that we're going to be using exclusively the little Mahindra to try to get in and out of there, because otherwise, yeah, we're not going to be able to fit, because I've got this set up to where you deliver the water here and wait, and then there. So yeah, whoop, nope, nope, nope. So yeah, it's and then I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to make this all look like it's supposed to be here. Wow. Okay. I mean, I guess we could bring this up a little bit higher if we wanted to, but we're gonna have to slope it off at some point so that we have a ditch, and we still have to have enough room to fit the trees. Oh wow, this is okay. This is yeah, this is going to be fun. So it's going to be painful. I mean, I don't like, because if I can either bring it up or I can take it down, but part of the problem with the taking it down part is I've got a very big slope here, but if I took it down, then I would have a very big slope coming off of this. And like, that's not much of a slope right there. I can straighten that out. I can smooth that. Um, like we'd have to take it on down this way, because yeah. Let's see. We'd have to go to about here, and then we'd have to go to about there, I think. I don't know. Let's see. This is just a test, guys. I can always redo this if I wanted to, because I haven't saved in a minute. Let's see here. We can get this straightened up. Okay, so how much does that give us? So now to slope this, we would have to come from up here and push it down. And see what I mean by that's going to kind of mess that up. I don't know, man, because like if you take it if you go too far down, it's going to cover up the that marking area. And the last thing I need is for it to cover that up, because I need to be able to see that. I guess because I don't know if, like, I've seen in a couple of other games where if that's hidden, like I don't know if you can, like, I know in somebody's game when it was hidden you couldn't dump, you couldn't put, oh my God, the words are so difficult right now for some reason. I have no idea why. You couldn't dump anything in. And I don't want to fix it to where it's going to mess this up. I need this to be coming out. And I don't want to hide that. I mean, that's not going to bother me one way or another, because I can get to it through the other menu. Um, I don't know, guys. It's I may have to level it all down again. Come up to here and level it down to this area. So let me show you. I may have to do this, back it off of it a little bit, um, and then I see I've got to smooth that out now, but we can do that, and we can kind of mess around a little bit. But see, we got to be able to smooth this down to where that is going to hit right on the edge. So can we do that though? See, it's already covering it up. So I'm going to have to, I'm going to mess with it a little bit, I guess, and see if I can make it go a little bit different. See, then you got to try to get this all, like, you know, smoothed out, make it look like it's supposed to be there. Well, okay, you don't have to. Like, you know, it's your game. If you're playing it, you can do it any way you want. But I do tend to like to have like an actual ditch that you can see. But every single bit of this every bit of the slope that we're doing takes up room that we could use to be putting down orchards or those other things, whatever they're called. So now I've got to take this back even a bit more to try and get it to level out. Okay, let's try this. Okay, I think that will work. It will. Yeah. Okay, we need to just that little bit there, just that little bit there. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and then we'll smooth out a little bit more back here. Don't want to smooth out too much in here. I mean, it's going to create a little bit of a, there we go. There we go. That's better. But now, you know, like I said, up here, because you've got this massive slope, I mean, the only other way we could do it, I don't have any, anything. See, I would normally say, okay, I'll just put a block wall up. You know, I'd cut this off I'd cut this off like this, and then in here, I would just put block retaining walls or something. But I don't even know if you can do that in this game. Like, I'm sure you can, like the one that's over by that shop over there. So I'm sure you can do it, but finding these to do it, I don't think I have them. And even if I do, I don't know where they'd be. Like, would they be in fences? What is this? Stone wall. I wonder if you could put a stone wall up. Let's have a look, see. I mean, you could put a stone wall, but I mean, is it going to actually? Oh wow, that's all messed up. But yeah, that's not going to work because it's way too high. And we'd have to step it off, so that's not going to work. I mean, I guess we could try to do a brick wall. Still, that looks weird. Hmm. That garden fences. I guess we could put hedges and make them really, really tall, because we can do that. Like that, but still, you know, you've got that straight edge going right through there. Looks weird. Other, I don't have anything in other. Well, not like block. What is that? Oh, okay, interesting. It's not under decorations. It doesn't appear. I mean, if you put that in there, it almost look like a pipe coming out, but no, that's not what we're looking for. Um, I'll have to. I guess I'm gonna have to go look, see what I can come up with. Um, it's kind of annoying that you don't have something in the base game to do that because unfortunately, not all land is flat. What is that? I have. I don't even know. How is that a wooden farmhouse? It doesn't even have a roof. What in heaven's name? I don't. Okay, that's weird. Anyway, I don't even know what that's from. Um, as I was saying, um, you can level it out, you can slope it, you can make it look half decent, but there's nothing to leave that straight edge and still be able to put blocks in front of it, so to speak, to create a block wall type decoration. Um, and then to slope it, you've got like the length, so much of a length here to slope. Um, that one's missing a little bit. Let's go back into here. This off a little bit more. Yeah. See if we can do this. And then create kind of a semicircle going through. That's a little bit better. So if anybody's got any tips on doing this a little bit better, I'm more than welcome to hear it. But like I say, to me, it seems a little. They missed they missed being able to do some landscaping, like some nice landscaping, by not having sort of landscape rock and stuff like that in here, or even whatever it's called, blocks. Because like I said, you can go through and you can knock the edge off, but at the end of the day, if you look at it, it's still kind of, yeah, eh, eh, still kind of eh. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm a bit particular when if I'm going to do this, I'm going to make a retaining wall. If I was going to do this, I'd make a retaining wall, and make it, snap out a little bit better. But like I said, just kind of doing a little bit of a rounding off or sloping or whatever. I mean, you can make it look fairly decent, but I don't know, man. It'll still fit, but like where the hang on, let me grab the production. I'll show you what I'm talking about when you go to put it down. So to get it to match up with those, right? To get it to even out with those, you're gonna have to put it about here, and we'll just do this. Now, in doing that, get out of that. Um, there's there's your where you dump your water. It's right on the edge, so you're gonna need your little mahinger to get that. And we still have this space here that there's nothing. You can't really do anything with. So I mean, like, I don't know. Like, if I wanted to, like, if I sell that back real quick, and let's go down to our other one. Or wait, no, let's put one in. Let's put this one in here. So we could do this, but as you can see, the markings are above ground. So we'd have to level that out, bring it up. I mean, we could put it up here and it'd be fine, but we want it to be even with these trees. And to do that, look where it is. Look, way, oh, I'll just put that down. Way over here. That's where you're putting water in. Okay. That's going to be a little difficult. And then, of course, you get to, these things are up off the ground and blah, blah, blah. So it's, I'll figure something out. But I think that's what we're going to do is we're going to even this out as best we can. We may have to step it up. Like, we may have to come in and go like this. And then step to the next level. Oh, no, wrong thing. Then bring this over like this, like so, and make it really step up way up high, so that we can even things out with these trees over here. And then after we get everything in, so when I say step up, I mean really step up. Now we could have terraced if I hadn't have done this. I could still probably terrace if I wanted to. What I would have to do is I would have to find a point on our road over there and come from there and terrace up. So if I decided I wanted to not go quite so high, like that's a big step up right there. But if I wanted to, I could say come from, I don't know, say here and go out. And then all of this would, whoops, I didn't want to get that close to the road, but then all of this would come down to that level. And we would have to make that big enough for, so yeah, I mean, that cuts down on the height a bit. And then we could make that big enough to fit 2 of those trees. But like, hang on. Let's put it like that. There we go. So take this all the way over to here. Take it down. And for some reason this does this to me sometimes. Like if I'm too close, it actually doesn't show it until after I let off. So then we go from here and we go, we drop all this down, even it up. And then we go wide enough, wide enough that we're able to fit 2 trees, like this. But instead of, we'll do it this way, or maybe, we'll do it like that. And we put it fairly close over here. Actually, we could do it more like this, because we just need to be able to get to the ranch. We like walk up to it. So if we do it like this, so let's say we put it like that. Okay. We can pour water in. We can get to this because we can come on the inside, so we can square that up over here, or even smooth it out if we want. And then we have one. So then we go from there and we put another one just over here, and then another one, and then it steps up. So like if we'll fit one there, we could fit another one. Let's see. Sort of right about. How close is it? If we ignore the overlap, we could probably get those a little bit closer together. And we do that. So those are a little bit closer together. And then we do another one right here. Just double check and make sure. And yeah, another one about right there. And then we've got that little bit of a line of trees going. I think that's more or less straight. Yeah, more or less. I'm not using a ruler on it. But then we can have that straight line of trees, and then we can come back with I don't know what the difference between these two are. Like, I really don't. They look about the same to me. Yeah. So, but we would have to, obviously, we're going to have to level a bit more for this to fit. So let's see what we can do here. Hang on. I need to make that chill out a little bit. All right. So that's not too much of an angle to come down from. So let's go back into the productions. And then we can look at, oh, there we go. We missed it. This is apparently minimalist. What does that even mean? Seriously. It's minimalist. What does that mean? Anyway, so we can put this right on the edge. Right up in here. So like, say right about there. And then we can come back, do a slope right here. And there we go. And then the next step up begins. Because you got to have this spot. Wait. Where's the pickup point? Is it our pickup point? Pickup point's right here. Okay. So you've got, that little bit of a minimalist. Got that little bit of area there, and then you got to step up again. So in doing that, you would have to still go back. Oh, man. Let's see here. So you're going to have to tell it not to, you got to be in toggle free mode to get it to do this. So you could do another one there. Of course, you have to raise that up. You have to make sure it's even. And then from there, you would have to do a step up over here somehow. Probably by filling this in again to be able to keep the trees going. But you're always going to have something of a gap, so you're going to have to find something. I don't know. Let's look. Tree-wise, like I would normally use like these guys. These guys would produce. See, I want to bring this, which is, I think this is under plants. Which one is it? Is it this one? I think it might be this one. Yeah, this one. So I want to bring these all the way along here with the fence row behind it. So that would hide a lot of this for you not to be able to see it, but it's not really going to hide what you're doing back here. And you're not really going to be, I don't even know what that is. What is that? Whoop. There. I guess you could put that in between if you wanted to, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, guys, I don't know. I'm going to have to work on this. I know I just spent money, but it is what it is. I'm going to have to work on this and try to figure out the best way to do it. I don't know whether just come up here, flatten this way, you know, at this height, and come all the way across until we get to a certain point, and then we drop it back down, or to just run it and like run that all the way over. I don't know. If you guys have a suggestion, I'm more than happy to answer. It's probably going to be another couple of days before I can get a video done. So pop it down into the comments and say, hey, dude, quit worrying about it so much and just do whatever. Or it would look better this way. Because I want this, I also want this to look good. Okay. I'm a little pedantic about these things. As you can, might be able to tell, I like uniformity. I mean, like, I put these in here, these little things like this, to show we're going back and forth into the shed. There was a bit of excess, and of course the tractor's coming in, and blah blah blah. I like decorations. I like these looking good, and this to actually resemble something that somebody would do on a property. I mean, it's like putting the cherry trees in here to kind of make it look nice. That windmill does absolutely nothing. I think I spent freaking 10 grand on this stupid thing just as a decoration. All these little bushes and stuff. I mean, if this was my house, I would want to have trees around. I would want to have stuff to help hide portions of the location. I mean, honestly, um, I didn't. I probably should have put the house and this back in the back over here somewhere, and then had like other stuff over here. But I had to try to figure something out on the fly, winging it, and get it to happen. Anyway, so tell me what you think, guys. I think it's a good idea to run like these trees out the front, or I can skip those trees, put these at the back all the way across till we get down here, and then we'll do another double apple trees here, and then I can put actual trees along the top side up here, and then put these trees to hide all of it, and then put these along the side of the road along with the fence to block everything up. That's my thought process at the moment. I'm probably not going to put a fence going this way. I might put one up to say up to about here, up to about right here, just so people can't come in here. I may put one back over here, but I don't want to mess up because if I put a fence back here, I'm going to have to cut off more of this field because I'm not going to be able to have any turning room for the hay. So yeah. Um. Anyway, like I said, any thoughts, ideas, any of that? Please let me know. Please comment and tell me what you think. What would you like to see? I mean, what would you do in this situation? I'd really be interested in knowing. Um, would you even bother? Like, would you think to yourself, well, if you leave your daughters there with their kids, and they got to figure it out. Would you think that way? I mean, and technically, if I left them with it, they're gonna have to. If I died tomorrow, they'd have to figure it out anyhow, right? But I'm just saying, as a dad, and I mean, even if it was just me and my significant other, I still want to be able to leave her with something that's going to not stress her out. Probably would anyway, but that basically runs on its own, is financially stable, is financially viable, also can produce its own food to sustain her for the rest of her life, etc. and so on. So, what do you guys think? Give me your opinions, your thoughts, etc. and so on. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. Subscribe if you like it. Anything you don't like, please let me know in the comments. Got no issues with that. And I have wasted enough time rambling, but I just wanted to let you guys know my thought processes in this and trying to figure out the best way to make this farm, again, financially viable without having to do contracts, without having to do other stuff, and without relying on forestry all the time. I mean, don't get me wrong, we have trees. But once you cut all those trees down, what then? You know, you're going to have to replant them. It's going to take 20 years for them to grow again. Yeah, that's not going to work out too good. But yeah, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, night, whatever it is your time when you're watching this, and we will catch up with you later. Next video, like I said, will probably be in a couple of days. Got some stuff that's been on the back burner. I got to take care of for the next tomorrow, and I'm also trying to get together. I'm looking at different maps and trying to get together the next little challenge that I'm looking at, and hopefully I'll have more details on that soon. But yeah, we'll catch up with you later. Take care, guys.